Hello from UAE, everyone. I'm sorry that I can't be there for Walt's celebration of life today, but I'm glad I can at least join you in this way. Dan asked me a little while back to send a video for this, and it's taken me a while to kind of wrap my head around how you talk about someone in a short time frame that really had such a massive impact in your life. I have so many stories, so many experiences. And so much of me that is really rooted in the influences of the people, the good influences of people in my life. Walt was really the first one of those, and he was a catalyst. And I think we're really, if we're really blessed, we're really fortunate. We cross paths with people like that really change the trajectory of your life. They're a game changer, and he really was that for me. We met when I was around 12 or 13 years old. I had just recently gotten in trouble with the law. I was on probation. I was hanging out with the wrong kids at the time. And I remember being on the bus with Walt and some of the guys that he hung out with regularly. And I had never really hung out with them before, but they were talking about going to his house and playing basketball. And I spoke up. I was like, hey, can I come play? And they agreed. They were like, yeah, sure. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I never really played before. I picked up a ball a few times with family members, but I certainly I wasn't skilled, and it showed. I got killed that day. And everybody, all the guys talked so much trash and were making fun of me, and Walt was one of the ones making fun of me. And I looked straight at him and I was like, if you're so great, then why don't you teach me how to play? And he was like, okay. And I think from that point forward, I was at his house almost every day. And if we weren't at his house playing basketball or playing video games, we were down the street at the churchyard playing football or riding bikes. We were always up to something, but it was always good stuff. You know, it was a good group of kids, and Walt was our ringleader. I remember him actually holding a broom up. Sometimes we would get the opportunity to just play one-on-one, and the guys would be up to something else, and he would hold a broom up for me to shoot over it, because he told me as long as I played basketball, I would be shooting over people. And I tell you what, man, that is one of the most true things that he ever told me. He said a lot of smart stuff, but that was definitely a prediction of my future. While he shot up like a weed, I stayed the same size. I've always been shorter than most of my opponents, and I think that shooting over that broom definitely set me up for success on the basketball court. And to this day, I'm still out here. I'm 40 years old, and I'm still playing with these young guys and giving them a run for their money, and surprising them with my jump shot and my handles, all because Walt invested in me. He approached life with a coach's mentality. He could tell you what you needed to hear, but he could also tell you what you didn't want to hear, but you really needed to hear. And he could be encouraging. And I needed that in my life when we crossed paths. I wasn't a very confident kid. I struggled with a lot of different things. And after meeting him, I was playing JV basketball and ended up playing varsity basketball. And he was always there encouraging me. He was always there building me up whenever I was trying to tear myself down. He always had the capability to make people feel seen and loved. He had a massive heart. So many of us are cookie cutters of the people around us, the influences around us, the situations that surround us, but he was different. He was the influencer in so many things. I know that he made a difference in a lot of people's lives because he was different. And I'm grateful for that every day. I have no idea where I would be if I hadn't encountered him on that bus all those years ago. And the thing that I loved about our relationship is after we both graduated and I joined the Air Force and he joined the Marines, we kind of got estranged from one another. Not intentionally, it's just, sometimes that's how life is. And when we finally started talking again more frequently, we were like, man, we're not ever doing that again. from that point forward, we made it a point to reach out to each other, check on one another, see how the kids are doing, see how life is treating us. And I valued that so much. I valued that our friendship always felt like a safe place, you know, that he always felt like family, more so than some actual family does. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for him, grateful for all the conversations. And I think that's how we remember him best, you know. We remember him by loving each other, by talking about him. His sense of humor, how he was always there to toss out a joke or make some sarcastic comment to remind you not to get too full of yourself. At least that's who he always was with me. And I know that the person that I am today, the mother that I am today, the friend that I am today, the airman that I am, is largely because he walked into my life when I was a baby all those years ago. And he took every chance he could to remind me that I was older than him, which as I got older was not always as welcome as it was when we were younger. But it's funny, he was always a ringleader, but he was always a little young. He was younger than me. But I know everybody here today loved him, and I know we miss him. I'm praying for all of us as we navigate life without him here, but I know he's looking down on us. I know he's laughing at our dumb decisions. Every time we trip on a bump in the concrete. Every time somebody jukes me on the court, I know he's talking trash. But he's also proud at the same time, you know. And that's what I'd like to encourage us all to do, is just live our life in a way that he would have, you know, and thrive, love each other, be there for one another. Remember him by living wholeheartedly. I'm praying for us all. Sending lots of love from over here. And I wish I could be there with you guys but I know he sees. I know he's here. He's watching all of us. So, bye-bye.